Greetings, ghouls, and welcome to another talk about horror television. Tonight we're exploring another viewer favorite, an episode of The Hitchhiker titled OD Feeling. This episode is campy and fun in all the best ways. We open up on a city street, perhaps one you've traveled. We meet a character with funny hair named Rat. Rat is out tapping around the streets with her cane all alone when she sees a fancy car pull up. One man gets out of the car and goes to talk to a couple of other guys in suits. He's selling them some sketchy substance, but the deal turns south. There's a shootout and the only one left standing is Rat lurking in the shadows. She walks over and picks up the bag of drugs. The license plate reads OD Feelin. Rat takes a walk back through a busy street. Rat's happy as a clam. She isn't selling anything tonight. The people who want to buy are SOL. A real big man named Fool and a much smaller man named Wise Man have a hunch that Rat is holding. They follow Rat back to her place. Rat gets inside and plops the huge bag down on the glass table. The two nitwits that are following him nearly blow their cover with a huge goofy sneeze. The Wise Man brushes off the dirt and peeps in through Rat's window. He sees Rat down on the floor, not moving. They decide to get in, but in the most clumsy way possible. They take the big bag of drugs, unfazed by the overdosed Rat. Just as the two skedaddle, the front door of Rat's place busts down. The suits aren't happy that the dead woman let the stuff slip right out of her hands. They peek out of the broken window and instantly identify the two people holding the bag. Wise Man and Fool are planning their life together now, living the good life and living lavishly, now that they'll be filthy rich from the very special bag. They get to the subway station and Wise Man is playing a super freaky game where he stands super close to the edge in a trance-like state. The Fool has a funny idea when he sees the subway nearing. He's planning to push the Wise Man right into the train, but like his name suggests, he's a fool, and the Wise Man saw it coming by a mile. The Wise Man, now in possession of the bag, takes it uptown to try to sell it to the chemist. The Wise Man arrives at the apartment and we meet the chemist, an orchid. He reveals the bag and everyone's face lights up. The chemist is thrilled to have some real high-quality stuff. The orchid pops some bubbly and starts pouring. At the same time, the chemist measures the potency of its substance. And it's off the charts. It's so high it reaches the maximum number of 999. Just when the chemist sips the champagne, he drops friggin' dead. Orchid poisoned him. The Wise Man and Orchid have a bit of fun. When the suits find him, he's paralyzed with an orchid in his mouth. The suits shoot him dead. We then follow Orchid and the bag onto the next stop. After a bit of a hassle at the front door, Orchid makes her way in to see her ex-boyfriend, the Duke. The Duke is doing a bit of target practice. He's quite trigger-happy, to be frank. Orchid is there to plead for him to be back with her, but he is not interested whatsoever. She cannot be trusted. She swears she's better now. He tells her to come over there, and then he chokes her and punches her in the stomach. She shows him her huge bag, and he lights up. She swears they were meant to be if only he would give her another chance. He tells her he's gonna think about it. He shoots 2 more targets before shooting her dead. He takes the bag and gets in the back of his limo. However, the suit is in the passenger seat instead of his driver. 2 more scary men with guns get into the car to ensure the Duke brings the bag to its rightful owner, Mr. Big. Mr. Big isn't happy. He finds Duke's request for financial compensation immoral. But Duke really doesn't get the hint until it's pretty obvious he isn't making it out of this office.
You know what your problem is, Duke? You're only into the dirty stuff. And that makes you small. Gotta be up to date. You gotta mix and match. The powder with the petroleum. Extortion with equity. Murder with merger. Yeah. I like the sound of that. Yeah. You were a real prince, Duke.
I mean, come on, with that psychotic face he does there at the end, I know something went awry. So finally, after all the hands it's went through, The bag has made its final stop. Its rightful owner gets to open up the bag and reap the rewards of their labor. He slices the bag open on the desk and he smiles. Only a second later, a horrible rumbling followed by a screeching. A noise so horrible, fumes start pouring out of the bag, and in a few moments, all of the men are screwed. The next day, a cleaning lady opens the office door and finds a room filled with a very haunted white substance and a littering of skeletons. Wow, I love this one. Unquestionably in my top 5 the Hitchhiker episodes. Easy. What did you think of this one? I loved it all, honestly. It was a fun to watch social commentary piece that succeeded in its intent without coming off too ham-fisted or cheesy. The war on drugs causes countless deaths every year, and I think this episode portrayed that in an exciting and very 80s way that I wholeheartedly support. Spooktacular, if I do say so myself. I just launched a merch line. If you haven't already checked it out, the link will be down in the description. Thank you, patrons, for supporting my content. I could not do it without you. Thank you to everyone that's liking, commenting, subscribing. All of that engagement really helps out. In the month of August, I'm posting 2 videos a week. I'm thinking Saturdays and Tuesdays at 3 p.m. Mountain Time. I try to go to every premiere to be able to respond to comments in the first hour, so if you're available, stop by and say hello. It makes my day. Thank you all. That's all I have for you. Be well and stay spooky.